Good morning and welcome to my East Anglia Yarn Festival vlog. I'm really excited for 2 days of like yarn fumes and yeah, I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to it. I have not bought any yarn so far this year and I have said that I wasn't going to buy any yarn until East Anglia Yarn Festival, and I was going to buy yarn at East Anglia Yarn Festival like it was going out of fashion, and then I'm not going to buy any more yarn until the end of the year unless I have a really specific project in mind that I need to buy yarn for. So I'm really excited to be able to buy yarn. Yeah, we've got tickets for both days, me and my mum, tickets for both days. So that we can really just take our time, enjoy it, see everything. Yeah, cannot wait. I've got a couple of plans of things I would like to buy, but no like solid plans because it's just so hard to make plans like that. I just thought I'm gonna go with a couple of things in mind that I'd like to look for. But I'm just going to try and avoid like buying single skeins. Like if I like a skein of yarn, I might just try and buy 2 or 3 because then at least I can use it to make like a shawl or like a t-shirt or something. So yeah, really going to try and avoid single skeins because I've got loads of single skeins and I went through them all recently and I can't even like group enough of them together into like similar like colours that I could maybe put them together into something. So yeah, I feel like I've just gabbled for 2 minutes there. That was really... Whoa, I've not picked up the camera in quite a while. So I'm a bit... whoosh. I'm wearing my Any Day pullover, I want to call it, or Any Day sweatshirt by Ysolda. Let me see if I can get into some better lighting to show you. It's not really very good lighting anywhere. I don't know. It's green. It's a nice dark green. Beautiful tweedy little flecks of yellow, like a mustard yellow in there. Really nice. Really excited to wear it. I've been wearing it loads. But yeah, I'm gonna wear it today. Really excited, so excited. Have I mentioned how excited I am? Yes. So I'm hoping that I'll have the confidence to pick up the camera a little bit as we go around. I am often quite anxious about picking up the camera when I'm like out and about, but I just need to remind myself that like there are going to be lots of other people there vlogging as well, and also that just like it's okay. It's okay for me to get my camera out and vlog. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, I'm just now remembering that I once again didn't sign up for a podcaster badge. So I'm gonna have to quickly look on the website and see if that's a thing again this year. Because I don't remember seeing anything about it, but I will have to check because I might not be able to vlog if I haven't got that. So I have to check if I need that, and then if I do, I need to like track Laura down and get that. So yeah, anyway, it's 9:10. My mum is coming here today. We're gonna leave. She's gonna be here for about 10. We can go in from 10:30 and yeah, we'll leave when she arrives, and yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, I did a very last minute sign up as a podcaster. Hopefully that'll be fine. I'm pretty sure I forgot last year and Laura was like, that's absolutely fine, we've got spare lanyards. So hopefully she's done that again. But yeah, I mean, if not, then this will just be the intro to my like haul video or something. So I'm just waiting for my mum. I'm in that sort of like I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting for someone to arrive, like wait mode. Don't really want to do anything, like in case she comes, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm just waiting. I think we're gonna leave as soon as she gets here, and then we can always just wait in the car at the other end to go in. So, yeah. We're here. I'm really excited. We just parked up and we're just about to go in, and I'm really excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
We've arrived. I got my lanyard because Laura's amazing, and I'm so excited. So I think we're probably just going to do like an up and down and around.
Yes.
Have a look and then go back to what we...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, probably just have a look at everything, see what there is, and then dive in on the things that we see on the second pass. We just enjoyed a little cake and a little pick-me-up after phase 1 of walking up and down and looking at everything. I did buy, mustn't throw this away thinking that it's part of the rubbish of snacking. I did buy, because I missed them last year and was very disappointed, so I had to buy them on the way past. Buy one of Hannah's little beaded dinosaur stitch markers, because they're just so cute. So that's the only thing I bought so far. Been very good, but we're just making plans
For phase 2.
for phase 2 to go and see what we're going to go and see. So we're going to try and see the fibre workshop, I should say, because Mum wants fibre. And then we went to Second City Yarns, and she had, her yarn is inspired by Birmingham, and she gave us a little tour of her Birmingham yarn, and it was just so like funny and clever, and so we need to go back because we're definitely going to have to pick something up. We were drawn in by TARDIS yarn, like a sock set for TARDIS socks, and then she told us about the rest of her yarn, and we were both just like, what's the word? Enthralled.
Yeah, we were. I'm just blown away by the creativity.
Yeah, it was so creative how she's done it. So I will go back and I'll show you her yarn, because it's like, it looks lovely and the inspiration behind it is just fantastic. So we've got to go back there. And then I saw some really nice sort of earthy autumnal colours, and I didn't spot the name of the stall, but I know roughly where it was, so I'm going to go back there because I would like to get something for a cardigan. And then what else was there? And then I think we'll probably just have another little look up and down, see what else there is. Yeah, we're going to take our time, and then probably by the time we've had another look and picked up those bits, might be time to eat some lunch, and then we'll see what we're doing. I don't know if there's a podcast to meet this time, so we're going to have I'm going to have a look and see if I can find the poster for that, and then see if and how that fits in with the rest of our day. If not, I might go to that tomorrow if it's not it doesn't work today, but we'll see. So.
Sorry, I didn't realise. This lovely kind of the purples. This is almost looks like it's almost gold. It looks like it's shot through with, I don't know, something precious. Beautiful. this one?
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Oh, I bet that spins up beautifully. This lovely kind of shots of orange all the way through it. So nice. This is superwash and nylon, so presumably sock yarn, yeah?
Show me then. With these colours.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful?
Buying between bargains and like really cheap places, and now look where I am.
Belly button.
Good morning. It's Sunday, getting ready to go out for day 2 of East Anglia Yarn Festival. We're going to Junior Park Run first with Aidan in a minute, and he's going to get his wristband for doing 22, 21 park runs. Something like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's exciting for him. And then we're going to go pick up my mum, and then me, my mum, and the small boys are going to go back for day 2. Do a little bit of shopping. The boys might leave a bit earlier. Andrew might come and get them, and then me and my mum might stay a bit, or we might decide that we're done at the same time that they're done. So we'll see how it goes. I'm feeling quite tired today, so I don't know if I'll have the stamina to go through to 4 o'clock again. So, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to go back, buy some more yarn. I've made some plans. So I'm going to buy, I've got 2 things I want to get yarn for. The Satellite Shawl by Andrea Mowry. I'm going to get some yarn for that because I've had that on my queue for ages. And then also, is it in my queue? Not yet. And then another one, the Days Cardigan, whatever the one that the knit along for. I'm just trying to. Daft Days cardigan by Rebecca Clow. I'm going to get some yarn to make that as well. So that was the knit along project for this year, but I thought I was going to have time to make it, but I didn't. And then I was looking and I didn't really have any yarn that I wanted to use. So I had some yarn, but it wasn't the right yarn. So I'm going to buy some yarn today. Those are the 2 things I want to buy yarn for. And then that's it, I think. Bought a sock set yesterday from Jess at Scale and the Stitch, and a stitch marker, and that was it. So I've got some funds left to spend. Aidan, can you show us your wristband?
Yep.
Let's see it properly. Wow. So how many runs have you done?
21.
You did, well, 22. Today was your 22nd, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'm
Cool.
reading this magazine.
Who have you got with you today?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Hello.
Jeremiah's coming to the yarn show with us.
Yep.
Jeremiah like knitting?
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
And I'm knit for a triceratops.
Wow. What a generous giraffe you are.
I can knit anything.
Are you a geranious giraffe? A generous geranious giraffe?
No.
No? Okay. Hello. It's Tuesday and I'm sitting down to record my East Anglia Yarn Festival haul. I think that I was pretty restrained this year. I think I mentioned in the vlogs that I would really like to be more intentional with my yarn purchasing, and with a lot of things, but with my yarn purchasing. So I really tried to kind of keep things to a minimum. And I'm really happy with what I got. I feel like I really bought things that I'm gonna use because I have plans for them. And yeah, so the first thing that I bought was a stitch marker from Hannah at the Corner of Craft, and it's one that I wanted to get last year at the show, and I missed out. I wasn't able to get over to her stall quick enough, and they'd all sold out, so I managed to get one of those literally. So what we have done the past couple of years when we've gone to a yarn show is we've done like a walk around everything, get a first little glance of what there is, and then we've gone back later. No, not gone back later. Then we've gone back round one more time, or just another time, and then we start like delving further into stalls and things like that. So we don't usually buy anything on our first pass of all the stalls. We're just looking to just try and get like an idea of the things that we might like to go back for. But I knew that I wanted to get hold of one of these little guys, so I picked that up as soon as we went past. So that was my first thing that I bought, and that was what I bought that on the Saturday. And the second thing, and the only other thing that I bought on the Saturday, was from Jess at Scale and the Stitch, and that was one of her Ghibli club sock sets. I didn't sign up for the club this year, as I say. I'm wanting to be more intentional with my purchases. I have a lot of yarn. I signed up to a sock club last year and I haven't knit. I've cast on one pair of socks from that sock club and I haven't knit any of the other yarn. So I didn't need to sign up for another club this year, but I really love Studio Ghibli films, and I particularly like Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, Totoro, and this one, A Heart is a Heavy Burden, is a quote from Howl's Moving Castle, and it's my favourite Ghibli film, so I had to get that. And I didn't buy it when they first went out, because I think I would have just been really tempted to have signed up for the club, so I didn't get it, and I really kicked myself for not getting it. And then when Jess said, is there anything you're hoping that I can bring to East Anglia Yarn Festival, I said, are you bringing any Ghibli? And she said yes. So I knew when I went and I saw it, I knew I needed to get it, because I really was disappointed that I missed out on that the first time round. But I'm also really glad that I didn't sign up for the club, because I just know that I wouldn't have gotten to all of the yarn yet. So glad to have got that. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that I haven't just signed up for loads of clubs and things like that this year, because I just know that it would be overwhelming with stuff arriving, and my children are particularly good at guilting me about the amount of yarn that I have. So I knew that if I signed up for another sock club this year, I would just be guilted again for another entire year. So but yeah, I'm really pleased to have that. Also from Skein and the Stitch, but I picked this up on Sunday, was one of the little soak wool wash bottles. I got Celebration, which is just so sweet, fresh. Ooh. Can't smell it now. That's because the cap's on, that's why. Yeah, just really lovely. It just feels springy, summery, delicious. It makes me think of some kind of drink or something, so it makes my mouth water. But it's really nice. And I was running low on my wool wash, so I thought I'll pick one of these up. And I haven't tried soak before, so I thought I would give that one a go. So that was nice. Something I picked up on the way out, I got one of the East Anglia Yarn Festival pins, because I love a pin and I wanted to get one of those. I was tempted to get a tote bag, and then I thought, no, I don't need tote bags. So I thought I'll get a pin, and then I've got something with the branding on, that I can like show my support like in the wild. And then I've only got 2 other purchases left to show you. The first one was actually the last one, but it's the easiest one to get out to show you right now. And that is 3 skeins from Eden Cottage Yarns. They are so, so beautiful. And I'm going to make a birds of a feather shawl. I think that's what it's called. And I can't remember who it's by, so I'll put that information on screen. But I am really excited to get started on this. So I've got 1 skein of the lace. It is Baby Surrey Alpaca, Mulberry Silk, and the colourway is Green Tea. And it is just so beautiful. And then 2 skeins of Coppice on the Keswick 4-ply. So it's got little neps, little tweedy neps. Absolutely love it. It's 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 10% neps. So yeah, and this was something that I had one thing in mind that I really wanted to get yarn for, and that's the next thing I'm going to show you. And then once I'd sort of successfully bought yarn for that, I was like, okay, is there anything else I'd like to buy? And for some reason I just really wanted to get some kind of floof, you know, I just wanted some mohair, some Surrey, something. I wanted to do something with little floof. And I had a look through my favourites on Ravelry and came across the Birds of a Feather Shawl, which has been in my favourites list for so long and I've not made it. And I just thought, yeah, that is what I want to do. And I wanted something that was like a nice, like reasonably solid colour for like the main skeins. And then I wanted a really plain, almost white for the panels of mohair or silk. And I'm really pleased with these. I think these are going to be a really, really nice combination. And this is Green Tea, so it's slightly off. It's a little bit of a green white, which I think is going to work perfectly with the Coppice colourway. So really, really pleased with that purchase. I'm excited to get that cast on. I don't know when I'm going to cast it on, but I do intend to cast it on reasonably soon. I'm going to do another podcast, just a regular podcast. I'm going to talk about my plans in a bit more detail, and my like recently finished objects and things like that. So look out for that. And I'll talk a little bit more, I'm sure, about these 2 projects that I bought yarn for. But yeah, I'm hoping that that's going to be quite a soon cast on. And then finally, I'm just checking, just rooting around, make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah. Finally, I got enough yarn. I'm just going to show you 2 skeins because I don't think I need to get it all out. Enough yarn from Needle and Thread to make the Daft Days cardigan, which was the like knit along, what's it called? Knit along project for the festival, but I didn't get around to making it because the yarn that I was going to make it in wouldn't have been right. I've got a DK, but it's a light DK. It's basically a sport weight, so it wasn't going to be right. So I picked up these 2 colours. They don't have colourway names on them, so I can't share the name, but they are 100% blue-faced Leicester, and they are really nice. I'm going to do the rub test. I think it's going to be lovely. It's not scratchy, you know, I'm putting it next to my skin and it doesn't feel scratchy or like overly tickly or anything like that. They are lovely. This one is a sort of bluey charcoal grey. I think is probably the best way. It's not black. It's kind of coming out black on the screen. It's not black. It's definitely a grey blue, but really dark. And then this one is a bit yellowier than it's coming out on the camera. It's more of a mustard colour. So I think those are going to look really, really nice together. And I'm using the, which way was I doing it? Just checking how many I've got of each one. So this one is my main colour. I've got 4 skeins of that. And this one is my contrasting, and I got 3 skeins of that. I'm doing size 4, or I think it's size 4 that I need to do. And which, like, unfortunately means I had to get that extra skein. I wouldn't have had enough. If I was doing the size below, I would have been able to get 2 and 3, but because I'm doing the 4, I had to get 4 skeins of the main colour and 3 skeins of the contrast, but I'm only going to be using like 50, 60 yards. So maybe I'll have enough to make some like hand warmers or a hat, maybe something like that. I'll have some leftovers that I could use to make something else. But yeah, that is it. So that was it that I bought. I bought like 3 projects worth of yarn, which I think is pretty good going, and a stitch marker and a pin. So I'm really happy with what I got, because I usually feel like I go and I spend probably about the same amount that I spent this time, but I buy kind of less intentionally. I'm very much just drawn by like a beautiful skein of yarn, which is fine. Like I love having beautiful skeins of yarn in my stash that I can go to for inspiration, but I also feel like there's a very good chance that I'm never going to get to knit all of these skeins. And when I'm looking at my stash for like garment knitting or larger projects, I don't have that kind of stash to draw on. Like I don't have a lot of sweater quantities just sitting in my stash, which is also fine because that would take up a lot of space. But if I suddenly feel like I want to buy a sweater, I'm usually then having to go out and buy yarn. So I think this is kind of how I would like to do my yarn purchasing going forward. Me and my mum were like talking crazy as if we were going to like use East Anglia Yarn Festival to be the place that we bought our like next 12 months worth of knitting, which I quite like the idea of like doing that, and then, you know, having a bit of a stash to draw on for like those spontaneous projects. But my children are playing downstairs and just worried that they're about to run out of patience with each other. Yeah, so I'm interested to sort of try a little bit of a new shopping approach. So yeah, what's your approach to stash yarn versus yarn purchasing? Let me know down below. I'd be really interested to know. I don't want to like be really hard on myself. If I see a beautiful skein of yarn that I want to buy and I want to support like a small business, then I'm going to do that. But what I want to do is be buying with intention. So less just kind of like, I don't know, in a frenzy buy loads and loads of random skeins of yarn. I would rather spend that amount of money in supporting a business and get like an intentional project out of it. Does that make sense? I still want to support small businesses, but I want to do it more intentionally. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, so let me know down below what your approach to stashing versus knitting versus buying, like how do you manage your stash knitting? I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. I'm very tired. I think I always have to say I'm very tired at least twice in any of my videos, so I don't know how many times I've said it so far in this vlog and haul. The yarn show was fantastic as always. Really, really enjoyed myself. Like, they sold more tickets this year, and I think they had more people through the show, but it felt quieter somehow. Like, I don't know. I mean, last year I was vending, so it was a very different feel, and so I probably really felt it when it was like really busy and then quieter you sort of experience the show differently when you're in a stall. But it felt quieter this year, and we approached it very differently. Usually what we would do is we would just get a 1-day ticket and we'd just try and do it all in one day. And you can do it all in one day, but we enjoyed it so much more this year, getting tickets for both days and really taking our time. And I think we probably we were in before 11 on Saturday. I think we were probably in just before 10:30, in fact. And we did a round in about an hour, and then we just sat and had a drink and a piece of cake, and then we went back into it, and we just really allowed ourselves time to relax. And like, yeah, whereas normally I would go in and I would just buy, like, in a mad panic, that I would, like, as if it was all going to disappear, and I was not going to have any chance to buy anything. And like, whereas this year, all of my purchases pretty much, apart from like 2 little things, all like my purchases were done on the second day, and there was still plenty to choose from. You know, the dyers, the stalls, they've done this before, a lot of them, and they know what they're doing, they know what's popular and things like that. And you know, if I hadn't bought something, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. So, but I really, really enjoyed it. So if you have the opportunity to go next year and you're able to go like both days, I would really recommend doing that and like having a bit of a slower pace time, because it was, for us anyway, it was a lot more enjoyable. And I think, well, we're definitely going to do it that way next year. We're very fortunate because we live close, we live in Norwich, so it's not far for us to go. Obviously some people come and travel for the weekend and things like that, but yeah, if you live close enough and you are able, definitely recommend doing a double dayer, because that was really, really the way to do it for us anyway. So, did you go to the show? I would love to hear what you got up to while you were at East Anglia Yarn Festival. If you did any videos or anything like that, let me know, and I'll tag some vlogs and things down below of some people who have done some videos. So yeah, let me know if you've done a vlog, and maybe I can tag those down below as well. I would love it if we can share the vlogging love. I met so many new people at the podcasters meet, and I can't remember anybody's name. I was so like, I don't know, this year the podcast meet was a lot bigger. There was a lot more podcasters. Last year it seemed quieter for podcasters, so there was just so many people this year. I was a little bit like, oh, which is why I didn't really vlog very much at the podcasters meet, and I didn't vlog very much at all, because I was just, yeah, so sort of tired and overwhelmed. but yeah, I would love to find all of the podcasters that I spoke to, because I spoke to some really lovely people, so I'd like to find it and see what their perspective of the day was. There was somebody in particular who I saw walking around, desperately trying to remember her name. She was from the northeast, and she was there with her husband and her little boy, and I saw her vlogging as I was going round, and she was like literally giving you a tour, like walking around with her camera, going to like every stall and seeming to like really describe what every stall was. And I would really like to watch her vlog, and I can't remember what she was called. It wasn't her name, like the video wasn't her, I don't think her channel was like her name. I can't remember, or maybe it was like her name knits or does something, I'm not sure. If you know a podcaster from the northeast who vlogs in that style, and I think she does quite a lot of yarn shows to really sort of like show you around, let me know down below, because I would really like to watch her video. Yeah, that is it. That is it for East Anglia Yarn Festival for me for this year. Really excited about next year. It's gonna be a bit different for us next year, I think, but I'm really excited. We'll definitely be going both days, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you very much for watching, and keep your eye open for my next podcast, which will hopefully be going up not too long after this video. Yeah, I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye!